Boy, he grabs onto the merry-go-round but doesn't get thrown off. Whoa, that thing really whipped him around good, didn't it, Dora? He hung in there. I'm just amazed he didn't lose that one. A very tough catch to make. Good yardage on first down. And that's always a good thing because it really opens up the playbook. Nice pass. And that will make this third down a whole lot easier coming up here. He got great protection from his line there. Take a look. And there's the throw. Finally, he had time to wait for his receiver to get free on that one. We've got to spread some credit around to that offensive line. They're not allowing anybody through. And those extra seconds they buy are like hours to a quarterback. Nice completion. Take a look. Right between the numbers. He had him lined up just right and then connected for a great gain. He makes a nice reception, but he makes an even nicer play afterwards. Here's the catch, and now he's going to pick up a bunch more. That's just great instinct to turn that one upfield. Some of these young receivers think the play ends when they catch the ball. Well, obviously, this kid is not one of them. He turned and burned. He makes a great catch despite being in a zone that was more crowded than a cell phone in a leaping tunnel. Watch this one. How he reeled that in, I'll never understand. Why he got that pass, I'll never understand. There were 3 guys covering him. Hey, remember when you were young enough to think that throwing into triple coverage was a good idea? I do, well, almost. He handles an overthrown catch like that. It was perfectly accurate. Man alive. He spins in midair to make that catch. Look. He had 2 guys in his face there and still came away with the football. Oh yeah, now that's the way to do it. It's brilliant how he played one against the other, using their weakness to sow dissension and crushing their alliance. Actually, he just caught the football. It wasn't quite that complicated. Nice gain on first down. Well, I can't stress how big an advantage it is when you can get good positive yardage on first down. Watch here. He is going to make the catch, but watch what he does afterwards. He pulls it in and then crunches downfield for an extra chunk of yards. It's always nice to have a guy that can pick up 8 or 9 more after the catch. It definitely makes a difference. Good completion, and that will put them in a manageable third and short situation. He connects with his receiver with ease. He sees his man and then airs it out for the completion. They are really in sync there, able to depend on each other as the play unfolds. Not as much as they wanted on that pass, and they will have a way to go to move the chains. He connects with his receiver with ease. He sees his man and then airs it out for the completion. They are really in sync there, able to depend on each other as the play unfolds. The quarterback finds his man for the completion despite triple coverage. I want to see that one again. The quarterback makes a really nice throw here in tight man-to-man coverage. Watch. Right by the defender. Good coverage, Boots. How hard is it to defend against a pass like that? Well, I don't think he could have done any better. It was just a great throw. The wide receiver makes the catch, and what looked to be nearly impossible triple coverage. Let's watch that again. Somehow, this ball makes it into his hands and he locks on. He took an awful big risk throwing into that kind of coverage, Boots. I call it insane, Dora. They should consider themselves lucky that it didn't get picked off. Although I'm not discounting a great catch by the receiver. Makes the completion. Let's see that again. A decent throw. You make those consistently, and you're one of the top generals in the NCAA. Absolutely. He's accurate, and he's got some firepower behind that arm. Makes a brilliant leaping catch here. Oh my, let's see that one again. What a graceful leaping catch. Where do they teach that kind of move? Boy, I don't know, Dora. Maybe he's a gymnast in the off season. I don't think they teach those kind of jumps in football. He demonstrates his skills on this play. Let's take a look. There's the catch. Oh, a good one. Watch how he leads with the correct foot. That extra step can make all the difference. These kids do themselves a favor when they pay attention to and practice the fundamentals, you know? He shows why he's a playmaker. Watch here. Here's the catch, and then he's tearing up the turf. Boy, he got a bunch more, which is part of the receiver's job. You want to get every yard you can. You know, he really has an excellent field awareness. He knew exactly where he was, and most importantly, where the defense was. The quarterback hooks up with the receiver in tight single coverage. Let's take another look. And there's the completion. Boy, he makes that look easy. Yet the defender was in good position, but the throw was even better. Nice completion. He built on a solid reception and gets even more. Let's take another look. There's the catch, and now he sees some room and takes it. I know you agree with me that it's so crucial for an offense to have guys who are going to fight for every yard. Oh, no question about it. He does a fantastic job of getting where he needs to be. Watch this. There's the catch, and then he takes it from there for the first. Look, he brings down the pass and then turns into a gigantic play for his team. Nice catch right there, and then he pours it on. He's got great field instincts too. He knew exactly where he was. Yeah, and too often, a receiver will make the catch and then have no clue where to go from there. It's nice to see it done right. He shows great athleticism on this catch. Get a load of this. Whoa, that ball was way up, but he leads back and gets it. He makes it look easy. Wow, I doubt that there are very many receivers in the college ranks that can pull off a catch like that. Amazing. This is a beautiful throw. He shows his touch with the long ball as he launches it and hits his target downfield. Look at this moonshot and right on the money. Not only is the arm strength impressive, but to be that accurate, that far downfield is nothing short of amazing. The quarterback threw a solid, accurate pass into coverage there. Watch, right by the defender. Lots of holes over the middle, boy. They are getting some nice looks in the center of the field. He juggles this one a bit, but maintains his cool and pulls it in. Good hands as he gains control. Boots, you've got to appreciate the concentration to stay with it and make the catch. Oh, no doubt, Dora. Especially when in the back of your mind, you know, they have 11 guys out there coming at you to knock the stuffing out of you. He makes an amazing catch here in double coverage. Well, let's roll that one again. He splits the defenders and comes down with it. Boots, they couldn't have covered him any better. How do you stop it? Boy, I don't know. Maybe triple coverage. Wow, He did a great job nabbing the catch in a very crowded neighborhood. Let's see the tape. Man, that's a great catch against double coverage. That's so difficult to do, Boots, especially when both defenders are working together like that. Tell me about it. He almost became the boiler ham on a defender's sandwich. Sandwich? He looks downright purty as he makes that catch. Leaps up into the air, gets both hands on the football, and then comes back to earth. What impressed me about that is that he had total control. The instinct his hands touched the football, and you're in good hands when he's making the catch. Boots. He has got 3 hungry sharks circling him, and he still manages to catch the ball. Look at this. Nice catch. Any one of those guys could have easily broken up that play, even picking off the pass. Why throw it to him, Dora? Well, it shows a lot of confidence in his receiver. And as a former quarterback, I say to you, never throw into triple coverage. It's just too risky. He is ahead of the pass, but watch the nice reaction to make the grab. Whoa, that ball just whips him around there, but he holds on tight. He delivers with a dynamite playing mercy. Nice catch, and then look at him go. A huge gain. Well, you talk about being all that you can be. He milked that play for every inch he could. Inches, baby. That pass didn't develop like they wanted it to. The defense made a great read and then stopped it cold in the backfield. He really uses his head here and makes a great play. There, he's got the ball, turns and heads towards the first down marker. He knew right where he needed to get to, Boots. And he took it upon himself to get it done. That's right. And they have some breathing room now. Let's see what they can make of it. Dora, this offensive line has been playing great all game, and you have to give them a lot of credit for the success of the passing attack today. The quarterback got a little sidetracked by the rush there, but managed to stick to the game plan. A little electric slide there, and he gets up. Nice pass off, and despite the pressure, he didn't rush into that one, which is something I like to see. Yep, he was as cool as your favorite swimming hole, Dora. He just went over the 100-yard receiving mark for the game. A good day for any receiver. Nice pass. Picked up a handful and got the first. Nice job. Wow. He takes the high road and comes down with a very tricky catch. Awesome. He hurdles into the air and snags the football and doesn't lose hardly any speed at all. He makes a nice catch right there, but he's short of the first down. And that's when he hung up the juice, sprinting forward for the first down. Right, Dora? And that's the kind of third down situation that separates the elite from the ordinary.